Martin asks, Ruby, what do we have to look forward to? That is, if we don't blow ourselves up first. Ruby expounds, we'll have a heightened awareness more often. The naturalist, for instance, will evermore be able to absorb with awestruck reverent scenes of overpowering sublimity far beyond the simple prettiness on offer now. A musician will more often be able to hear and play music more exhilarating and heartfelt than anyone had ever dreamed of. The celestial music of the spheres heard by the mystics will become as a child's toy flute in comparison to this grand and ultimate symphony. The sensualist will discover that what had passed for deep and passionate sex had been merely a pleasant prelude, erotic pleasure of an intensity that flesh had never known would become enjoyable without guilt, even by thought alone. A painter or patron of the visual arts will be able to behold representative vision in a holographic reality of indescribable glory and completeness. Scientists will be able to apply a googolplex of neurons to their thought experiments, rivaling Einstein's fortunate moments all of the time to reveal much of what is unknown between heaven and earth. Arguments by people insisting on their own selfish ways will melt into a new sense of increased reasoning. Bad and aversive emotions will be greatly lessened by new and safer medical miracles. Wars will become much reduced, and humanity at large will finally progress beyond its everyday suffering. Oh, dryads. People will actually remember their car keys and glasses that had often and usually piled up at the vanishing point of the lost and found, which is at the end of the converging railroad tracks. Ruby continues, of course. Throughout the ages there have always been those rare and mystical moments, as described above, for some of the enlightened and peaceful souls or those in love. But often, they were just fleeting glimpses of a rare light that lit their minds for a while as a flickering candle, when all one's thoughts perfectly conjuncted, but then, not lasting, those heights dispersed and disappeared into the oblivion of forgotten dreams. We will have long since brought to direct light the very biochemical nature of our being, as our ultimate humility with such old prideful ideas of rewards and religious souls and other magical properties going the way of alchemy, astrology, and the dodo bird clearly evolution, and all that it entails will be appreciated by all but a few of the forever delusioned. In churches, if they survive, the stodgy elevation of doctrine over ethics will no longer carry the day, and there will be less emphasis on believing, with more on belonging. All will become more democratic, with much singing. The Bible will be seen to be of but human construction, a result of human instinct, frailty, fear, and no wisdom. So people actively speaking to each other with laughter will come to replace passive readings from Scripture. In a trend already long begun, fewer and fewer will believe the claims of invisibles of a posited supernatural, much less these hopes being dishonestly touted as total fact and truth. This posturing ever pointing to obvious indoctrination attempts by those having been absorbed into invisibility disorder or fantasy, though often through good wishes, hopes and dreams. Furthermore, drugs will have been tamed to remove the worst of the aversive biological substrates from the mind, especially spurious high anxiety, depression, obsession, and insane violence, and optionally, those unwelcome emotions that have always been forced upon us, such as jealousy. We will have to be careful though, as there are many interlinkages that pose unpredictable side effect problems. Best not to fool around with Mother Nature too much. There will be cures for cancer, leukemia, and almost every other genetic disease. Humans will have a lifespan of who knows how long before it would remain to be seen. And if work on the aging preventative drugs comes to fruition, perhaps one will be able to live forever. For there would be drugs that lengthen the junk DNA telomeres that protect the ends of the DNA strands that were formerly partly torn away during cell division. These protectors eventually going away entirely, like those things at the end of shoelaces, bringing on death from damaged DNA. As such, we will have fulfilled our long-sought wish to live forever, no longer fearing the death that never will come.